about the cell organelles. That is number 4th is mitochondria and 5th is Golgi apparatus of class 9th biology chapter number 6 fundamental unit of life. In the previous video we have discussed about the cell organelles. Okay, first is vacuole we have discussed, then second we have discussed about the plastid, and the third cell organelle, that is lysosome, we have discussed in the previous videos. So now in this video, today's video, we will be discussing about the fourth number, that is mitochondria, and fifth is Golgi apparatus. So mitochondria is that cell organelle which can be seen only under electron microscope. It cannot be seen under light microscope. It is a spherical ball or ovule or cylindrical cell. Okay, it is डबल मेम्ब्रेन बाउंडेड सेल ऑर्गेनल. जो माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया है वो माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया डबल लेयर ऑफ सेल मेम्ब्रेन का बना हुआ है. ठीक है, डबल लेयर से कवर्ड है. अपर लेयर, ठीक है, अपर मेम्ब्रेन और द आउटर मेम्ब्रेन इज स्मूथ. आउटर मेम्ब्रेन इज स्मूथ. Outer membrane is smooth or it is freely permeable. Why it is called as freely permeable? Because within a cell, okay, within a cell, here mitochondria is present. This is nucleus, this is mitochondria. So the outer membrane will allow all the substances to enter. But here, this is what the inner membrane. This part is inner membrane. Okay, this part is inner membrane, and this is outer membrane. So this is inner membrane. So this inner membrane is actually selectively permeable membrane. This membrane, the inner membrane, they will select the substances, the useful substances which is required in the mitochondria will only be allowed to enter. And you are looking at this diagram. This diagram here you see in inner membrane is actually having the foldings, many foldings you will see. These foldings, it is what these foldings actually provide. Inner membrane is actually having the many foldings or numerous foldings which will actually provide enough space for the synthesize or for metabolic activities. जितने भी activities हैं जो माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया में होगा तो उसको परफॉर्म करने के लिए enough space provide करता है ये जो foldings है. And that foldings you can see in the inner membrane, that is of inner membrane. Okay, so that this mitochondria is also known as powerhouse of the cell. Why? Because of its function. Because mitochondria, you know that mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell because it generates energy. Okay, from the synthesized food, from the food, they will generate the energy, they will obtain the energy or synthesize the energy, and that energy is being stored in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so this is the brief discussion about the mitochondria. So we will read here. Mitochondria are visible under electron microscope as small spherical or ovule shape. It is bounded by double membrane envelope. The outer membrane is smooth and freely permeable. Okay, important note. While inner membrane is selectively permeable. Selectively permeable because it selects the substances which should be entered in mitochondria and is thrown into numerous pores to increase its area. So the selectively permeable membrane, that is of inner membrane, it is having numerous foldings, okay, that will provide enough space for the synthesis or for the activities. That part is called as crystal. Okay. Now say function of mitochondria. Mitochondria generate high energy. High energy why? Because every cell needs energy, isn't it? For doing every activities. We know that cell is the basic mitochondria. Mitochondria are capable of self-duplication. Mitochondria are capable of self-duplication means what here? Like different cell organelles within a cell. In cell, different cell organelles are present. This is nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, ribosome. Different cell organelles are there. But mitochondria has the capability of producing their own kind within a cell. They can replicate. Okay, duplication को हम लोग बोलते हैं replication or replicate. So because mitochondria they have DNAs, RNAs, ribosome and enzyme. So and they can synthesize their own protein. So like ribosome, mitochondria have their own ribosome. So ribosomes का function क्या है? In next video we'll be discussing properly. So here you should know that ribosomes function is to produce protein. So mitochondria have their own ribosomes, isn't it? So they can produce their own protein. So mitochondria also have the capability or ability of producing or replication. Okay, या फिर to make their duplicates means खुद के जैसा same बना सकते हैं. क्यों? Because they have DNAs, RNAs, ribosomes, enzymes which is required for synthesis for cell duplication. Okay, that we call this as replication. So this is the function of mitochondria. Then function of mitochondria, and this is the structure of mitochondria. Now see Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus is what? Golgi apparatus is also a cell organelle which is of dish-like cell. जो dish होता है हम लोगों का जो plates होता है उसके जैसे plate को ऐसे arrange करके रख दो एक के ऊपर एक इस तरह से रख दो तो shape कैसे दिखेगा? ऐसे मून जैसे इस तरह से दिखेगा, कार्ड जैसा है कि तो उसी तरह का Golgi apparatus भी दिखाई देता है. And this Golgi apparatus was actually discovered by Golgi. So Golgi in 1898. So in 1898, this Golgi apparatus was discovered by Golgi, and when he studied this Golgi apparatus under electron microscope, he said that it is of dish-like shape. It has two parts, cis part and trans part. So cis part, it has different function while trans part has different function. So this so the function of Golgi apparatus क्या है? ये जो actually Golgi apparatus है, it arises from the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so this like shape which we call it as Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus, both are same. So they arises from the endoplasmic reticulum. Like this is a nucleus. In here we have what? Endoplasmic reticulums. So these are what? Endoplasmic reticulum, and from this endoplasmic reticulum the Golgi apparatus arises, and this Golgi apparatus, their function is to receive the nutrients or the materials, food items or the materials that is stored in Golgi apparatus, and then उसको स्टोर करके रखना, मॉडिफाई करना, उसको अच्छे से मॉडिफाई करके स्टोर करके पैकेज करके रखना is the function of Golgi apparatus, and then that is being carried out to the target places या फिर within a cell or outside the cell wherever the material is required. Like protein is stored, which is synthesized by the ribosome, is stored into Golgi apparatus. Okay, Golgi apparatus में यहाँ में जो भी ये जैसे राइबोसोम से यहाँ से जो प्रोटीन निकला यहाँ में उसको स्टोर करके रखेगा, अच्छे से मॉडिफाई करके अच्छे से स्टोर करके पैकेजिंग करके रखेंगे, एंड देन फ्रॉम द ट्रांसफेज, ये जो ट्रांसफेज है इससे क्या करेगा? ट्रांसपोर्ट कर देगा या रिलीज कर देगा, ट्रांसपोर्ट टू द टारगेट प्लेसेस विदिन ए सेल, एक ही सेल के अंदर या फिर दूसरे सेल में या कहीं भी जरूरत है तो उसको क्या करेगा? वो प्रोटीन को ट्रांसपोर्ट कर देगा. So this is the function of one function of Golgi apparatus. Another function is Golgi can synthesize like involved in the synthesis of like cell wall हो गया या प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन हो गया या लाइसोसोम का फॉर्मेशन के लिए या सिंथेसाइज करने के लिए ये हेल्प करता है गोल्गी एपरेटस. ओके, एंड ऑल्सो देयर और फंक्शन है जैसे कि इट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स इन सिंथेसाइजिंग ऑफ यॉल्क इन द एग. एग के अंदर में जो एग है, एग के अंदर में आपने देखा होगा येलो कलर का पोर्शन रहता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज यॉल्क एंड दैट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द एक्शन ऑफ द गोल्गी apparatus, or it can be also called as Golgi complex. So in this video we have discussed two cell organelles, that is mitochondria and Golgi apparatus. So we'll read about the Golgi apparatus. It was discovered by Camillo Golgi in 1898. Golgi apparatus originates from endoplasmic reticulum, that is in short ER. It is dish-shaped cell organelles. Golgi complex has cis phase and trans phase. This is the trans phase. Okay, they both have different functions. Okay, cis part they perform different function and trans phase they perform different function. So cis phase what they do, they receives the food materials, okay, from ribosomes or from endoplasmic reticulum. The proteins are being received, okay, from the cis part and stored that, and then from cis part now will be transported to the trans phase, and trans phase will next transport that protein materials or food materials that to the target places wherever required there. So its function is Golgi complex modifies, sorts and packages the material coming from endoplasmic reticulum or synthesized in Golgi itself. तो बाहर से हो या अपने ही अंदर गोल्गी एपरेटस के अंदर ही जो भी फूड सिंथेसाइज करते हैं, ठीक है, उसी को क्या करते हैं, मॉडिफाई करते हैं, शॉर्ट आउट करते हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट जो भी है शॉर्ट आउट करने के बाद में उसको पैकेजिंग करते हैं, ठीक है, एंड carry them to their destination or target places inside or outside the cell. Okay, this is the first function of Golgi apparatus. Then second is it also involved in synthesis of cell wall, plasma membrane and lysosome. This is the another one, another function, and the third function it has, like it helps in the synthesis of yolk in the egg. Okay, so here we complete today's lecture. Then in the next video we'll be discussing about the endoplasmic reticulum and the ribosome. Okay, that will be the last